Martin for the Philippines. We're here in Real Talk Lifeline. So, in this live, we're going to be talking about a life skill that I wanted to share with you guys. And this is something that I was doing my walk last night and it popped up. So, I learned this as far back as 2010 to 2013, more than a decade ago. And ironically, I learned it from firearms training. So, this one is called situational awareness. Now, what is this? This is a skill, a life skill that can help you with your survival. So, if anyone feels like, is this relevant for me? I believe it is for all. Two, it can just help you sense danger. And then three, it can also help you make best decisions in that moment. So, what is situational awareness? The fastest way I would describe this is for those of you who are familiar with Spider Man, like the superhero, it's whenever he gets spider senses. So it's when he can sense danger, whether it's near, afar, he can hear it or he can just feel it or sense it like that. Situational awareness is like that. So moving forward, what is a practical guide that we can use? Because we're not superheroes like Spider-Man, right? So how do we do situational awareness? Taking from my firearms training, so back more than a decade ago, this is something called the OODA Loop, OODA Loop. So I did not invent this. This is from Colonel John Boyd. I believe he was with the U.S. Air Force. And all the OODA Loop means is observe, orient, decide, and then act. So what does that mean in very simplified terms? You can always pause, Google, look it up like that. But it's a very simple model and framework that he used. Why? In the US Air Force, if you don't do this and you're flying planes all up in the sky like that, you can't see readily your enemies, right? The fighter planes. You could just get blindsided, hit out of nowhere, killed, right? So this is a very useful model on situational awareness. Now, if you want an illustration of this, because I'm not flying planes up in the sky, I can't relate like that. Well, if you've ever seen the movie, The Bourne Identity, Jason Bourne, like that. So you see him walking down, going into a convenience store. They're bad guys who come out of nowhere. He grabs a magazine like from the stand, rolls it up very hard, uses it as a weapon. He's able to escape. He is able to use his environment, have situational awareness to see every entry and exit that he can use, right? It's for his survival, so he can escape. So that's an example. Jason Bourne, the Bourne Identity. Maybe like in more modern movies, there's like the Equalizer, Denzel Washington, James Bond, like when those scenes like that. So that's what situational awareness is. Now, someone will say, do I need to be hyper aware all the time of my environment, my surroundings? So, quick tip is there are levels. So, a person very quickly, I won't go too long and deep on this. Someone who is in white. So, a lot of people who are watching this video who are like, what the hell is situational awareness? You're probably in a white level, which is you're unprepared, you're unready, and you have no awareness. So yellow is probably the healthiest or like the level to be at the most. So you're prepared, alert, but you're relaxed. So it's good situational awareness. As the danger increases, you can go into orange, red, and then black is kind of like too late. Panic, meltdown, death, like that. So there are levels to this once you learn situational awareness. Now, that you learn this, the OODA loop, or like some practical tools, I want to end with this. Situational awareness is not just for the physical, it's not just for your survival, Jason Bourne, Spider Man, all that, athletes, or you're just doing a very dangerous job, like handling guns, like that. By the way, got this shirt from a relative in Texas. That's why. People wondering, like, You're in the Philippines. Why do you have that? So the good thing about this situational awareness is you can also apply this on a deeper level. So aside from physical, right, survival, you can also apply this emotionally. So what does that mean? Relationships. Funny example is you're a guy, you could tell when a girl is about to like go go crazy, right? Like emotionally, and vice versa, right? Women usually have higher emotional maturity or emotional awareness, right? Three, it can also be mental. So, what do I mean about that? It can be handling your money. So, if you have very high situational awareness when it comes to money, your financials, then you can spot investments, opportunities like that. You can tell when an expense is actually going to be negative, like it's just going to drain your wallet. It's a liability. It's not an asset. Again, for those who have developed that awareness, rich dad, poor dad, Robert Kiyosaki, or financial intelligence. And lastly, it can also be spiritual. So that already is, when you go into the realm of higher consciousness, uh, spiritual, mastery or training like that. So you could apply this lesson in your physical, your emotional, your mental, and your spiritual as well. So I found it a really cool life skill to have and to develop, and I wanted to share it. So comment down below if any of you are like, hey, I want more deep dive. I actually do one-on-one coaching or one-on-one conversations. They're like clarity calls or people who just want help, who want a breakthrough with something they're stuck with in life. Comment deep dive down below, and I will reach out to you. We also have an upcoming retreat this coming Feb we're looking at. So Sagara Sons, we wanted to develop a retreat for men who could learn things like this, who could have a community that could support each other, who want their personal development, they want to develop higher levels in them. Comment down below retreat. So we're also doing that as well. So just related to the topic also, and people who want to learn more or develop more. Also, we open that retreat to all people, so it's not limited to men anymore. So comment retreat down below. I'm actually gonna type a new one, a new banner down below, so you guys can comment that one. So retreat, comment that down below if you want to join that upcoming in Feb. That's in a few months from now. I'll be teaming up with my ice bath teacher, Mark. So you can find them at Resilience with Mark in on Instagram. He teaches ice baths, cold immersion therapy. Teaming up also with Naz, who does her soul. These are for women's retreats. So everyone here is welcome. You have a place here. Of course, if you're not ready for that yet, the community, comment deep dive. If you just want a one-on-one because you wanted to learn more about this. Hey, this is not enough. I'm still stuck. I need a breakthrough. Comment deep dive down below. So thank you. I love you. And I will see you next